Nothing's gonna work unless I use that little fob.
You're a dongle, as they say.
My dongle.
Your dongle.
Sorry, folks. I had to whip out my dongle.
And as you can imagine, small and square.
When they were real young, like a nub,
Hey, nub.
just a step above a hangnail.
Yeah.
They
It's like getting a splinter.
everything they liked as kids. It was games, music from games,
All that weird beeping and bopping.
or from movies. Like, so if it was Iron Man movies, it would be the song Iron Man, right?
Okay.
Something like that. But then you play other Black Sabbath for them, and they're like, "What is this shit? This wasn't in a movie." So
Oh,
yeah,
my goodness.
I wish I had taken them to one of my shows.
Something. I mean, my kid always forged her own path for music. She, like,
That's good.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't good all the time. It was very Japanesey. Is that the right way to say it? Anime music, and
Oh yeah.
she was into this crazy thing. This it was called Miku. It was a hologram. A hologram. Like, the band was amazing musicians. It was like a rock show,
Like the thing they did with Zappa.
kinda, or like what's his
Okay.
name? Not Kanye, but he's not dead. Who's the rapper? Is dead? Tupac. Dio.
Right.
They did one with Dio.
Right.
Yeah, but this was before that. It was crazy. The crowd was,
Trailblazing.
yes. I mean, like I said, the band was fantastic. They were like kind of heavy, hard rock. They did the anime
All
stuff.
Japanese dudes.
Yep,
Okay.
all from over there.
Yeah.
And it didn't come here till later, but it was just funny to watch. Like, these people just loved it. I mean, it's a great way to deal with a lead singer. Just shut it off. If you're annoying,
Nice.
you don't like the way it's dressed. They hit a couple buttons. It's dressed different.
It goes out like the emperor.
Yeah, it's weird because you can't see the screen that it's projected against. I don't know if it's from the bottom up. It's wild, and it's wild the amount of people that liked it.
You know what's wild?
What?
Some motherfucker doing a Muppet show during his set.
That was good.
That's wild.
He didn't bring it.
He didn't bring it because I think he knew
Devin?
Townsend.
Devin Townsend.
I think
Wow.
he knew that probably would not fly in New Jersey.
Especially with the Clutch crowd.
I think he did a whole tour with them, right?
Yeah.
But he had like Alf and whatnot.
Yeah. Looking at the videos online, like, what are we in for?
Yeah.
Though, I do remember, and it was the best line he could have ever said after his first song, and people were booing. And he's like, "You got 30 more minutes of this. You better get used to it." And
Yeah.
still
Well,
kept going.
that's the beauty of being a musician,
Right.
as opposed to, say, stand up.
Right.
Because they start booing at minute one, and you got 30 minutes to plow through. You can't really overpower them.
No.
Like a full band, you just drown them out. Nobody,
Sure.
Yeah. You know, if they're not throwing beer in your face or something like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, the crowd was respectful. I mean, they didn't want it. They wanted Clutch.
right.
So, but Clutch, I think Clutch does that, right? I mean, the new tour's got a guy playing banjo,
Okay.
somebody opening that does banjo or something.
Remember back in the day, opening bands for Slayer, how
Oh.
abused they used to get?
Those poor bastards.
Oh, my God.
Every band.
Everyone.
I think it was
Even popular ones like Overkill.
right. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think somebody probably they let slide. Probably some. I know that one band was a Savage Thrust that got pulled into the crowd.
The name's a little gay.
Yeah, but from what I wasn't at that show, but from what I heard was that the bass player was spitting on people,
Okay.
because they were FUing him,
Right.
and the singer
That's a
got
good way to get your ass
the
kicked.
singer got too close to the front, and they said he got pulled in like a cartoon.
Yeah.
You see the fist and the dust ball. The hell hammered out of him.
There you go. It's all the bass player's fault.
Probably.
Bass player's a dick.
Oh, well, you got to have.
Fucking
If
bass
you look
player.
at a band as a body, you got the asshole, which is the singer, and the bass player is the dick, and the guitar player and the drummer fill the rest up.
There you go.
This dude,
Got the heart and hands.
yeah,
Yeah. Whoa.
damn phone.
Maybe I should turn that off.
Yeah, well, I just want to hear some fart noises every so many minutes. What's his? This guy John.
Sorry.
No problem.
Dennis wants to go get food.
Who's Dennis?
From Pearl.
You still talk to him?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
kid. Nice fella.
Kid.
He's from Woodbridge still?
Yeah, I think he still lives close.
Oh,
We went out for pho a couple weeks ago.
a little on the nose, but okay.
No, he's Filipino. He's
Close enough.
He's not Vietnamese.
Don't they make a pho? Filipinos?
I don't know.
Some kind of soup. I think every Asian nation makes a soup of some sort that's delicious.
You know what? Every Asian nation makes a spicy chicken soup. So there you go.
See, I'm not that far off this time. But what we were saying about bands, this guy John I went to music school with, he played in, oh God, I can't remember the name of the band, but they toured Europe with King Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it was awful.
The tour?
No, the crowds towards them.
Yeah.
They were like some kind of crazy heavy, I think Toxic maybe they were called. I can't remember. I think that might have been it. But he said they played wherever he's from, Finland, wherever, Denmark, wherever.
He's from Denmark. You mean King Diamond?
Yeah.
Diamond.
Yeah. He said he came out on stage, 30 seconds into the first song, he got hit in the face with a handful of change.
Ooh.
Yeah. That weird European money.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah.
He's like, it was like,
I
it was
have
a
a bunch
nightmare.
of that.
Yeah, he probably does too.
Yeah, in his teeth.
Yeah, he couldn't.
Still in his gums.
He said that happened to him on one show. He said it was just a nightmare tour. One show over in Italy, something was set wrong, and the microphone hit him. He got electrocuted.
Oof.
He woke up backstage.
You ever been electrocuted?
Not to that level.
I was.
It hurt.
Dude, I thought I was dead.
Really?
Yeah. I was playing with Steve and Corley.
At Steve's house?
Mm-hmm.
I got electrocuted there too.
Yeah, and we were trying out singers. And touched the bass strings.
Touched your amp or the mic?
Touched the mic. And then everything had that sort of dream sequence, white
The bubbles?
cloud
Yeah.
around your vision.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, get it off, get it. I opened my hand and it wouldn't get off. It was just
Right.
kind of stuck to me.
Mm-hmm.
And Corley wrapped his leg around the cord and pulled it off.
Wow.
And then I dropped, and they said I was like white as a sheet compared to my normal pink.
Yeah.
And my clothes were instantly soaked, like I had jumped in a pool and jumped
Wow.
out. Like
Jesus.
all the water out of my body just went whoosh.
Right.
Like I totally thought I was dead.
So I didn't get the...
It was probably only 5 seconds,
But it felt like a
7
long
seconds.
time. Right.
But yeah.
A guy I used to play golf with, I think he's in South Carolina, but when he was in Vietnam...
I was expecting a explains a lot comment from you.
Well, no, it does. You get the powder look.
you
No
go.
eyebrows. Nothing. Hey, Powder. You saw that movie?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
But he was in Vietnam, and he was an electrician, and he went up on a pole and hit a wire, hit a hot
Not
wire.
the war, though.
He didn't get to the war yet. He was at his base camp.
Oh, so it was that time.
Yeah,
In
it
the
was
early
in
70s.
Vietnam
All right,
during the
okay.
war. He was
Gotcha.
drafted, and he climbed the pole because he was part of the
No,
electrical.
He was in the shit.
Yeah, he was.
All
He
right.
had some interesting stories.
I bet.
But he hit the wire and fell 30 feet. But they said it zapped him into a ball of mush. So he bounced off the ground. Like he had no muscle tension at all. It rendered him unconscious instantly.
He became a giant Super Bowl.
Yep, and he went boing. He said he bounced 3 feet off the ground. And when
Wow.
came to, he was fine. But fucked up. Well, if you met him, you'd understand.
Yeah.
Interesting guy. A little OCD, but
In that interesting way.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, that's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah,
That's a nice way of saying something's off.
yeah,
or
he
like way
was
off.
Yeah, he was off. But he had the one day, because we were playing every week. The one we were talking about it the one day. I was like, hey, if you don't want to talk about it, I was like, how bad was it when you was there? He's like, oh. He's like, one of the things, he's out in the woods and they're getting shot at. You know, people trying to kill him, obviously, trying to kill them.
Right.
And the guy that had the radio panicked, and he is really good with coordinates.
Okay.
He's calling in airstrikes on the thing to save these guys' lives. You got a medal for it.
Dude, so fucking crazy.
Yeah, and you're talking about an 18-year-old kid who's
Yeah.
And he said he came back. He got a place to stay in the village for like $100 a month. $100 a month. Living on West 14th Street.
Wow.
Going shows.
Imagine if that was rent controlled.
Oh my God.
They would be doing everything to get you out.
Yeah, you'd come in, there'd be just bear traps, like the cartoon bear traps. Spring loaded, shooting at you, trying to kill you like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
He, one day we're playing, it was summer finally, like we were playing in the fall, so he had short sleeves on. He had 2 tattoos, and they were the worst thing.
Done over there?
He did them in California. I go, how much you pay for those? It's like $1.35. It showed, right? I go, what'd you do that for? It's like, some girl. He's like, I think I'm going to go get them removed. I was like, all right, cool. Let me know how you do. He comes back. He's like, I'm not getting removed. I go, what? It's like $1,800 to get one removed.
Go over it.
Yeah. Well, he said he just kept picking at it. He'd get dry skin. He would pick at it. So
that works.
I guess, was slowly taking layers off. I don't know how long that takes.
Fucking have a couple shots and use some 80 grit.
Just like
get in there.
Like the Hells Angels, right? Don't they cut off tattoos if you're not a real Hells Angel?
You got me. Blowtorch, maybe?
Maybe.
That's what they did in that show.
Which one?
I don't know if that's real.
Oh,
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, they blew Torch's tattoo off?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was like a back piece.
Ow.
Yeah.
I thought they would cut it off. I'm just assuming bikers.
All bad.
I'm just assuming bikers might have knives as opposed to a settling torch with them.
Well, in the show, they were like, they had a mechanic shop.
Oh,
Auto body or something.
Like Sanford and Son? They weren't bikers. They weren't bikers. They're junk guys.
Dude, I see some clips from that show sometimes, and I'm like, holy fuck.
Oh.
I can't believe the shit they used to get away with. So good.
I was down that rabbit hole because it started off with, you know anything about roids?
Hem?
Ass. Tur.
Oh. I was like, ass, yeah. We're talking about the same thing.
The tur part.
The video game?
No,
or
the
ones that are floating?
The ones that are floating out there.
They're out there.
You know how they always say...
That's what I know.
You know how they always...
And they have some minerals you can go grab.
They want to mine them, right?
Yeah.
But you know how they always say, we're going to get an asteroid, it's going to hit the planet, it's going to kill us all, it's going to kill us all, we're going to be dead.
Okay.
This article, I even wrote that, the Daily Star I was reading.
Mm-hmm.
Asteroid hits are...
Daily Star.
Yeah. Asteroid hits are every 600 to 700,000 years.
Okay.
What are we worried about? But in the best part about the article is that...
We love fear.
Right, but the headline...
We have a culture of fear. Go ahead.
The headline started with, chances of asteroid hitting are becoming increasingly quicker.
Okay.
They're 3 times quicker. Then you go down to the article and says, well, asteroid hits come every 600,000 years. So even quicker is 200,000 years.
Right. When was the last time?
I don't know.
We could be due.
You think we're 200,000 years old?
Who? The Earth?
Yeah, the Earth.
The Earth's more than 200,000 years old.
Is it?
Yeah, isn't it like fucking 6 billion years old? Wasn't that the Big Bang?
Maybe.
They ever do a porn series called The Big Bang?
They have to. They had to.
They should.
That's leaving money on the table.
Yeah, no doubt.
So now, it's probably a gangbang. Like 700 people. That's the Big Bang.
Yeah.
Or overweight people.
Ooh, I never thought of that.
That's the colliding.
I was thinking about a dude with a cock as wide as a manhole cover.
Ooh. Or long.
No, this long.
Yeah. It's just it's long. 2 hours of him forcing it
just
in.
the lid.
I'm trying to force it inside.
I'm going to get the edge in there.
Like, you know how you just can't get, like, you're trying to put a seal on something that just fits? 2 hours of that. But, I mean, I don't know. So if we're 2 billion years old, do you think we're that old? Is that what
the
we
planet?
Are? Yeah, how do we know? Who figured that out?
The whole, what is that? The carbon dating.
Okay. So they carbon dated the center of the Earth or something? Or the surface? I mean, how do you figure that out?
I don't know.
That's a long time.
they take measurements. I think as like if you go to the Southwest and you see the canyons where they have layers of sediment.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it takes so long for layers
To-
of sediment to get a certain height.
Height? Yeah, all right.
My stepfather says that length, width,
The
and height. Yeah. So I guess they can kind of do the math from there. I don't know.
I you know what I think it is? I think it's probably like when we always say it. How much did that cost? I don't know. It's like $500,000. When it's like 80 cents. That's probably what they were like. How old's the Earth?
That's a big difference.
Yeah, but you know how people just like, I don't know, $1 million? That's probably the same thing. How old's the Earth?
Right.
I don't know, $2 billion? 100
You get that with people giving you directions. They're like, it's like a half hour away, and it's like fucking 50.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was good at that. Everything's 20 minutes from my house.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever you are in this great state of
Yeah.
ours. 20 minutes.
Atlantic City?
North,
20
south,
minutes.
east, west.
No
20
problem.
minutes. Or what's worse is when somebody tells you landmarks that may or may not be there. Yeah, you go down. You're going to go down and you're going to see a white van. You're gonna make
That's a good one.
You're going to make
Yeah,
a left
sure.
at the van. What if he's not home?
Sure.
He's always home. Don't worry. The van's there. You make a left at the van. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a good one. And, or they get things wrong. Yeah, you just go down and there's an apple vineyard right there. What? Yeah, it's an apple vineyard. They got a bunch of apple trees. Is that an orchard? Whatever.
I went to a vineyard this summer.
Was it good?
Was it summer?
Was,
Fall.
Was it bougie?
It's fall.
Wear a sweater?
Yeah, it's bougie. And the wine sucks, bro.
Was it New Jersey?
Yes.
It's probably not
It's
crisp.
good.
Yeah. It's probably
It's
why
not good.
Well, that's probably why you drink cider in Jersey, right? When we grow apples better than grapes.
And cranberries.
Yeah. Yeah, vodka.
Cran apple.
Yeah. Well, if you get the cranberry place and the guy just distill some vodka.
Yeah, so we were there, and it sucked. Like, the wine was really shit.
Right.
So we were like, why don't you make this into, what's this shit? Sangria,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Sure.
You add a little something else to it,
Yeah.
a couple
break
things
it
of
down.
fruit,
Yeah.
and you'll make you still sell your shitty wine, but people will actually want to drink it.
Right.
It's just like, it's a bunch of ladies there that are like, hey, let's go out to a winery.
It's an excuse to get bombed.
You can't get bombed on dog shit.
People can get bombed on.
I don't think it's that. They just want to feel like they're doing something fancy.
Yeah. Do you think that was fancy? Was it a nice place?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a farm. How nice is a farm going to be, right?
Well, they got a big field. They got a stage. They got a dude playing acoustic guitar. They got some fire pits and stuff like that.
It's
Yeah.
romantic.
There you go.
You want a day date?
Yeah, it's weird because there'll be a table full of 8 ladies. Right? No dudes around.
2 drinks away from being a lesbian. That's the rule. I thought that was the rule. I don't know if that's true.
Not on that shitty wine.
See, but that's what I mean. So, do you know you have shitty wine? They probably all think, right? They probably all think their stuff's
Well,
good.
it's got to be like vintage 2023, right?
Right. Yeah, you're churning it
Right.
out.
They just opened.
Right.
They don't have 20-year-old wine
Right.
or whatever.
Don't you have to have a couple years before you can even?
I don't even
drink
know
the
how
wine?
it
I mean,
works. It just seems...
Those guys in prison seem to make wine quick.
Hooch?
Yeah. It's prison wine, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's wine. I think it's more grain alcohol.
It's more vile.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was terrible.
And was it expensive?
Yes.
Like, what do you just get flights of wine? Oh, I'll take these.
No, you got to buy it by the bottle.
Really?
But the bottles are like $35,
Ah,
and it's shit.
that's worse shit. You should be able just to try it. Be like, I don't
You
like
can
this.
try it, but here's the thing. They got like 5 different types of wine,
Oh,
and you have to choose one, or you just sit there and not drink all day.
that's not funny. Either.
And so we picked the lesser of all evils, and it was bad.
Right.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We've got breweries, wineries.
Breweries also stink.
A lot of it tastes disgusting.
It's garbage.
Breweries.
I've been to
wineries.
breweries in Moab and all over the place. Garbage. It's all
Right.
garbage.
What? How does it get good? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
What happens between this beer that they're making at the trailer
Right.
park, not the trailer park, industrial park,
Right.
till you get to the point where you're Corona, you're palatable, you're Yingling. Like,
Corona's palatable.
it's palatable. It's better than some of that foot tasting shit that people make.
It's horse piss.
I mean,
Sorry, Mexican donkey piss.
Oh,
Burro.
yeah, for our friends on that.
It's burro people.
Well, look at the whatever beer you drink. If you're out public, you don't drink beer, right?
Depends what they have on the menu.
Right. But you're always going to go for a cocktail. I do.
90% of the time. Sometimes I grab a Guinness, but
Right. All right. So then here, what goes for what? How does it happen? You know what?
I
It's
don't know,
the
they've
right
been doing it
ingredients.
since 1780. Probably.
Yeah,
They
so-
figured it out.
Right. So these same guys.
They didn't figure it out in 4 years.
Well, won't these guys
Just
have to
throw
do
some shit out, mass produce some shit that they made in their closet.
Yeah, but these guys have to do something. I mean, do they all think it's great? Probably.
I think they think it's good enough.
And that's good enough beer.
Hey man, if somebody buys it, then
Right.
that's what we should start a beer. GE beer. Good enough.
Good. GE beer.
We'll probably get sued by GE.
Yeah, maybe. Are they
Yeah.
still around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good enough beer. How
All
about that?
All right. You drink other piss, drink this piss.
Yeah. I was gonna make a clothing line for short guys like me called Almost.
Everything's a half step lower.
Yeah.
It's a medium and a half, small and a half.
Short little T-Rex arms.
You'd probably sell it. Maybe.
Why not? There's a flood of Mexicans coming across the border.
That's right.
Yeah.
They got a low
My
center of
brethren.
gravity.
My brethren.
That's right.
Low center of gravity.
You can't knock them over.
No.
They're like bad bowling pins. Try to
Maybe
knock
that's
'em
why
over.
they're such good boxers.
Right.
They don't go down because
Right.
they're not top heavy.
Exactly. They can move a little. They're more equal.
Yeah.
That's why they can make patios and stuff too. They're smaller, lower to the
There you go,
ground.
right there.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd laid patios. It's a pain in the ass. That's a long way from where I am to the ground.
I did all the wood floors in my house.
All these floors
All.
by yourself.
No, me and the
Wow.
ex-wife.
Was that-
When she was pregnant, we did the downstairs.
oh,
She was like swinging the hammer and shit.
cursing.
No, not at
No?
all. Yeah, she was all right with it.
It's enjoyed. It's nice. It looks good.
Thanks. These
Yeah.
are bamboo.
Bamboo.
They're bamboo.
It's nice. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm in the tropics now.
No.
Not that kind of bamboo.
No, they do this different process where they pull it apart
Right.
and then they take the fibers and they put it back together. It's called strand woven. Because if you do regular bamboo, it has that knuckle
Mhm.
look to it.
Then knuckle. Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
like how
Yeah.
bamboo has. So these don't. But it's supposed to be super strong.
Oh, this old house with talking on toilets.
There you go.
The possibilities to branch this thing out are endless.
Dude,
Clothing, bad
you have
beer,
no idea.
flooring. All of a sudden, the name's going to be on everything. I don't know. But, I mean, all those places are packed. Like, there's a orchard, whatever, a cider place.
Right.
Kind of not near my house, 20 minutes away.
A cider place I would go to, but the winery is
Right.
dog shit.
But that place is
Every winery
packed.
I've been to.
no good.
Yeah. There's one like down Freehold-ish area, and then this one,
It's not
whatever it was.
It's not a city I think of for wine.
Not in the area.
Right. But I mean, like, to California,
Cold
right?
snacky type of thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Those California wineries must be a lot better.
Right, but they have the weather and the soil for it.
Sure.
New Jersey, not so much.
We got to be able to drink something and make something here. Moonshine, whatever. That can't
Why don't
be-
we do that?
Right. I don't know. Well,
Why don't we do
somebody's got to be making
I made beer here.
here in your house.
No. In a place in Jersey.
It was like make your own beer.
Yeah, they had a couple different recipes, and you can make your own. I made a stout.
Did it come out good?
That's what everybody said. I stopped drinking at the time, so I didn't.
So you
drink
made
it.
a barrel of beer and you brought it home. You got to wait for it to ferment or whatever?
No, you bottle it, and we made our own labels and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
I
you
think
can't.
mine was called Newark Runoff. Everybody said it was really good.
But it can't be good to go the moment you leave there, right?
No, it takes like 2 weeks.
That's what I mean. So
Yeah.
So are they fermenting it?
Yeah.
Oh, so you made your little batch.
They give you all the ingredients.
You
They give you
batched it out.
you're basically following a recipe.
Right.
2 cups of this or whatever, and then you leave. And
Right.
then 2 weeks later, they say, "All right, it's ready. Come get it."
But if you're following the same recipe as the guy next to you, wouldn't your beers be
It'd
identical?
be exactly the same.
Maybe.
Sure.
Maybe your sweaty hands changed the formula.
Maybe.
Maybe you had a grain more. You had 1/8 of an ounce more.
Just a little bit.
Right, and then you batched all over the place with this runoff. So then it's all sitting there fermenting with your name on it, and then you come back, and then they bottle it for you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Marlboro, Manalapan, somewhere down there.
So why don't you make it at home now?
I don't know. It was like 15 years ago or more.
You
Probably
could-
20 years ago.
They'd probably let you make it at home. That's probably where the money...
Why do I want to do it at home? Because I don't want to do anything at home.
That's true. All right. I'll give
I
you that.
do this. This
But-
is what I do in my home.
That's the key to probably making money with all these schemes, right? It's not letting this guy make the beer. It's selling him all that gear. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like once they probably allow people to home grow their own dope,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy who makes that soil checkers and sprayers and misters and
Humidity.
stuff that's
and
going to
all
end up in the
that,
garage in
yeah.
3 months, that's the guy who's making all the money.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
It's like home gym equipment.
Right.
Yeah.
Those guys are just, okay, yeah. Whatever you need, we have it all.
Yeah.
And then the guy who owns it is going
We'll supply, and you just let it sit in the corner and get cobwebs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or the gifts. Oh, your Joey likes to make wine. I bought him this. I bought him a wine tester.
Yeah.
In the closet.
Blech.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Garbage.
Yes.
Somebody's got to make that cash.
Somebody. It ain't us right now,
No.
but somebody. We'll get there. I mean, can only go up, right? When it's 0. You all right?
I was just thinking about St. Patrick's Day. That woman's asking me about shaving my head.
How do you do it?
How do you get it so perfect? You shave it. I don't know. Same thing. You shave your face, shave your legs.
Shave everything.
Whatever you shave, you do the same way, right?
But yeah, I don't
You
think
shave
it's-
it till the hair's gone,
Right. And you look in the mirror sometimes.
and then you move on
Yeah.
to the next body part.
Yeah, if you went too far, you'd shave your eyebrows off. Yeah.
It kind of looks like that already.
That's the powder thing. It's getting electrocuted. All right. The talk before, though, about asteroids got me down that stupid rabbit hole of all those stupid movies we used to watch as kids, those disaster movies, Airport, and
Yeah,
Towering Inferno, and Poseidon Adventure.
yeah. That's
But-
how we got Airplane.
Yeah, that's what, it's so weird that we had
Yeah.
80s and 70s disaster movies,
Mm-hmm.
and then spoofs of all those movies. Maybe not all of them, right? I don't know if there was a spoof about the Towering
Well,
Inferno.
because they realized that everybody was doing the same shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder, because later on in life it became, 90s, 2000s, it became disaster films, like for the world, right?
The Will Smith,
Yeah,
Bruce
or
Willis stuff.
the asteroid's going to hit the Earth.
Right,
The,
yeah.
the one with John Cusack, where the whole world was like, based on the Mayan calendar, it was ending.
Don't know
remember
that
the
one,
name
but go ahead.
Yeah, but it's just, was it because the 70s, 80s, we didn't have the good enough technology? You know what I mean? Like the CGI we didn't have, obviously, but we didn't have the special effects to blow up the Earth. We only had the special effects to blow up a building. I mean, it looked campy either way.
You're asking me why they didn't do
Yeah, we didn't.
movies that blew up the world?
Right, we only blew up a plane. We only blew up a building. We didn't blow up a country. Is just the special effects were there? Like why was it? Like why did they do that? Like I don't understand why.
They had Star Wars in the 70s. They blew up a whole planet with the Death Star.
Okay, well there you go. There's a hole in that theory. Thanks.
You're welcome.
But no, I was just going down that weird rabbit hole, and then after school specials. Did you ever watch any of those things?
There's a lot of holes in those.
Did you ever watch them?
No.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how many famous people are in them. Like
That's where they got their start. Right?
Yeah, or they're probably under contract. You know, like you'd have like the big one was always Scott Baio, the one with Scott Baio, where he was.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, he was a heartthrob. He was dreamy, but then you've seen the dark side of him because
With
he's
his sleeves rolled up.
yeah, try to emulate the Fonz.
The Chach.
Yeah, Chonch.
Chachi, right?
Oh, yeah,
Wasn't that his name?
Yeah. But he was like whatever a good kid, and then all of a sudden he's on drugs. And
Which makes him a better kid.
but it's you know people probably were like freaked out. Oh my God, the dark side of Chachi. Whatever. But it was funny because I started.
Was he slapping a bitch?
No, well, he hit his friend with a oar. His friend was swimming, and he was with him with the boat.
Okay.
And because he was so high, he hit him with the oar and almost killed him.
Was that it? Or was the friend being a dick?
Probably a little of both, but they steered it where he was stoned. Maybe he
it's
heard
like
something he didn't like.
It's like Ozark.
Yeah.
Like beating people off the dock.
Yeah. Just he's in the guy's practicing his swimming, and he, come on,
Yeah.
knock him out.
He should have been faster.
Yeah, that's probably part of the training.
He should have been to that Phelps spa.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I got to see this underbite that he has.
But it looks like you gotta look at the Michael Phelps underbite.
I'm gonna have to.
Or water intake valve. Michael Phelps water intake.
It came up before I typed the whole thing in.
Look at on the bottom. Look at that one over there. Right there.
He doesn't look
That's
that abnormal here, though.
No. They probably worked on him. But that probably sucks in a lot of water. He's got that stare and the open mouth.
All right, it's a little weird.
Yeah. It came up. It's not just me.
It's almost like he has chewing tobacco in his lip.
Maybe that's the filters for the water. So you're not drinking just pool water.
Imagine if he spit it out in the water, they would think he's shit. They're like, fucking Phelps again.
How come he doesn't go up on the podium when he's getting his medal? Look at that porn mustache. Woofa.
Diarrheaing up the pool.
No, maybe he's like those other guys from that Chew. He comes up on the podium with his little water bottle. He's spitting into the water bottle.
There you go. Mm.
Yeah, right there. That thing's bringing in water.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's taking on water like the Poseidon.
Apparently not. Or he's got a good ejection system.
Yeah.
Because that guy swims like a fish.
Maybe it's like those fountains at the Bellagio. And the water's coming out the back as fast as it's coming in the front, like a propulsion system.
We need to go to Vegas.
Yeah, I'll go back to Vegas. I had a great time out of the Strip.
Okay.
We were like one day, we were there, and we thought it was a setup. I thought I was going to get murdered, but
Why?
we're talking to this cab driver. We're like, hey, what's something cool that's not what everybody does? You know, I'm thinking, oh, he's going to send us somewhere, whatever, but it's going to be the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm going to take you to the old Vegas, where
Right.
the old Strip is.
Fremont Street?
Mm-hmm. He goes, go take a quick walk down there. He goes, it's stupid, whatever. He goes, but when you get done, he goes, come out of Fremont, come out of the area and just walk straight. He goes, just walk straight, and you'll see you'll see it when you get there. You'll know it when you see it.
I think you told me about this.
Yeah, and so we went in.
It's like a big rave or something.
Yeah, it was crazy. So we go in, we do the Fremont Street, the zip line in, and Bon Jovi's cover band or something's playing.
Okay.
People are naked. It's a lot different than the main Strip. It's a little more hedonistic.
Right.
Old school.
They're trying to drum up business. That's why.
Right. Heart Attack Grill's there.
Okay.
Where those guys get to eat for free if you're over 400 pounds.
Oh,
Dude, there's some monsters in there.
I bet.
They put you on a scale, and if you're over, I think, 400 pounds, you eat for free, as much as you want. Helping the heart attack along, I guess. Or whatever.
I guess.
So, but we went out and we was walking, and it's getting dark in terms of lights. It's getting dim. It's not. There's no revelry
Doesn't sound like a smart business plan.
to feed heavy people.
As much as they want,
Right.
they're gonna fucking house some shit.
I'm sure people do.
Yeah,
Have you ever
without a
seen?
doubt.
They put them in a gurney, not a gurney. What do they call that thing? Not a gurney. What's
The bib,
well, no, whatever that thing you put on in the hospital.
iron lung,
What's the thing they put you on in the hospital? The gown. They put you in a big gown.
a hospital gown.
Yeah, and they wheel you in with a
With
wheelchair.
your ass hanging out.
Yeah, you look it up. They
Okay.
Have, they have like nurses, hot nurses. You put them in like some sort of hospital gown.
Do they take your temperature?
I hope so.
All right,
Rectally.
of course.
With a French fry.
Is there another way?
I don't.
Why did they change that?
I don't know. I mean,
That was like when we were kids. You either got the mouth one or the ass one,
right.
right? And now all of a sudden it's like ears, or they just rub something on your
I
forehead.
don't know. I guess I don't want some 13-year-old having his mother stick a thermometer in their ass.
But you could cut their dicks off.
Cut their dicks off.
Yeah,
Why?
you could change the sexual
Oh,
reassignment.
I
surgery.
was whoa. That's a big leap from getting your temperature taken.
Cut their dicks off. but
I'd
you
never
can't
go to
take
that doctor.
can't take their temperature in the ace. What's
I
up
don't-
with that?
I don't know if you can't. Maybe it's not accurate. Maybe you run
Okay.
hotter in the ass.
You think because they lubed it up with some Vaseline, it created this distortion?
Maybe the tension, knowing that your mom's going to stick a thermometer up your ass, raises your anxiety and your temperature.
Well, she's not taking your blood pressure.
That's sure it's all connected.
All of a sudden, she's writing Hallmark cards.
She's clean up like you're at the Jiffy Lube. You're core low, kid. Anyway, yeah, they wheel you in a wheelchair. Eat as much as you want. Perpetuate your heart attack, whatever. I'm sure somebody's had to die at this point because they've been going on for a while.
Do they have paddles in the restaurant?
I would hope so. I don't know. I didn't go in. There's a lot of people in there.
And the tire slider flies
Wait.
out when he gets hit with
He
it.
hits with the. Wait a minute. Let me rephrase that. There wasn't a lot of people in there. There were people who were a lot of people in there. That's the right way to say it.
So by volume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not by
Yeah.
not by quantity, by
Right.
volume. Yeah.
Right.
Unlike
Maybe they should change their fire code things. Instead of saying 75 people max, they should say,
25. Have the ratings.
right,
75 normal,
right.
50,
Yeah,
half
yeah.
and half,
Yeah.
25.
Like a
big.
plane. If you're gigantic, you got to buy 2 seats,
Right.
right?
Right. There you go. So we leave. We're walking down. It's getting darker and dimmer because the lights.
Dude, you don't want a
Fremont.
fire in there because one of them will clog up the exit.
It'd be like that great white.
If
thing.
2 of them try to hit the exit at the same time, you're all gonna die.
Or they're gonna bust through like the Kool-Aid Man.
We could only hope.
Right.
Right.
Then again, you ever
Right.
see
You would have to shoulder block them to
you ever
bust it down.
you ever see somebody 700 pounds get up? It's a slow process. Most likely they're not going to get to the door.
No, I can't believe they don't have a heart attack doing it.
Right.
Because some days I get out of bed and I'm like, ugh.
Right. Or I got 2 dogs drag me down the block. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Like that show. Those people on that show, the 1,000-pound show, 600 pounds, whatever they are.
Yeah.
That looks like a miserable existence. I mean,
Sure.
they don't help themselves.
The breathing.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't help themselves in the beginning. I mean, they're always eating McDonald's.
So I was going to say,
and
why
eating
would you when you can get whatever, double Big Macs or I don't even know what they serve.
I don't know.
Triple Big Macs? They got that?
I don't know.
Something with a lot of patties and bread
Right. Well,
and extra fries and all that shit.
I bet you they would lose weight if they just ate the Big Mac.
Do they have shakes there at McDonald's?
They used to.
Yeah.
Used to be every Shamrock Shake every St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, you fancy son of a bitch, you.
Once a year.
You want to get green?
Yeah, but not anymore.
Bring on your green.
Then you find out what it's made of. It's like made out of milk product.
Right.
And you're like, man, I'm okay.
Right.
But imagine, though, like the 1,000
it's like the
pound.
lady at Quick Check who's trying to get some extra money. She
Where we go? What? Hey, what
hooked
now?
up a siphon to her teat.
Oh, God. Hey, whatever pays the bills. It's probably healthier than the McDonald's shake.
Half and half.
I wonder if you could whip up breast milk into a milkshake. Has it got the viscosity we need?
I don't know. We could try that.
Yeah, we can start making Yeah, maybe the kid.
If anybody has giant milkers out there.
Anybody who's lactating,
Yeah.
if you can save a pint, how much do you need to make ice cream?
Can a lady lactate if she's not pregnant?
I don't know. I would say no, right? I think it's all part of the system. Another question for science.
Another question for ghouls.
We got to have our doctor friend in here in Science for Stupid. But
I'm going to get my temperature taken.
not with my scientist job. Look at the first thing that came up.
All right, what do we got?
Lactate.
Lactating but not pregnant. Let's see. They always start every article out with at least a paragraph or two of bullshit.
Yep.
Like, are you just trying to make more words?
Right. They're trying to. I bet you they probably get paid by the. Like, you need 600 words for this thing to get paid.
Okay, so add extra in the back end.
Right.
Make a longer summary. Causes
Pituitary gland.
The hormone prolactin causes lactation during pregnancy.
Galactorrhea.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
That does not sound delicious.
What is galactorrhea? Pituitary gland makes and regulates prolactin. Problems with the pituitary can cause people who are not pregnant to lactate. So it's pituitary problems.
Excessive breast and nipple.
Wait a minute.
That's all you need? Perfect.
Perfect.
All right, so what is going on here?
Saving stuff.
Oh,
I'm trying to cut my workload down for later. Oh shit! I don't have the hard drive set up. That's right.
So then, but be that as it may, if you're that 600-pound person, what if you just lost the soda? I bet you would lose weight.
Oh, of course.
Because they always get a gigantic 70-ounce soda. That's probably worse than the Big Mac, right?
Yeah, man. Come on. That's so much sugar.
That's one way not to lactate. Look at Michael Phelps staring at me.
Not only that, but not just the sugar, but
the chemicals.
I saw a video of a guy using it as cleaning fluid.
Right. It's frightening, right?
It's garbage. How do you put that in your body?
As much as
I've done it with Jack Daniels, Jack and Cokes, and Captain and Coke and stuff.
Jack Daniels comes from the earth. The earth.
The earth.
But yeah, so I bet you if you cut out the soda, you'd probably drop from 6 to 5.
Well, a lot of people say when they cut out sugar out of their life, when they get into like the 3 month range or so,
right?
Like they really start to see a transformation.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
And especially sugar at that level. And I'm sure Big Mac bread is full of sugar.
Well, all bread is sugars,
but
right?
I'm sure that's
all pastas are sugars.
Right. Well, that whole idea. Well, pastas. If you make pasta, it's only flour and eggs.
But flours, I believe, convert to sugars.
Yeah. Well, like carbohydrates, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And alcohol.
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah. But anything fun.
Yeah.
Can't eat it. Can't have it.
Right. Well, you eat it and you just deal with it. But you don't eat it in mass quantity.
Says you.
Well, I'm not 600 pounds.
But you could get there if you really applied yourself.
I'm sure, but I'm trying to reverse that.
All right.
I finally got back to the gym since it broke me 3 years ago.
That's good.
It feels good to be back.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it. I loved it then, but when I did yoga by myself, it broke my brain and I had no need for it. It really messed me up. I don't know how it happened. I got to talk to a guru, I guess, or something. So, well, why did my brain break from doing solo yoga?
Explain a brain break.
All right. Used to go to the gym 5 days, 6 days a week. Say I would treadmill it 3 days a week, and I would yoga 3 days a week, or I would yoga 4 days a week, whatever.
Okay.
And then pandemic happened. Shut down everything, obviously. You were there. You were part of it. And then I started, we were all in contact with other people from the class and teachers, and some were going to start doing like a broadcast, like a web show of yoga.
Okay.
so you can follow along or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you couldn't, you could do a replay, or then the gym started offering taped yoga. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right. So I'm in doing my thing. I set up a nice dark room, dimly lit, and everything, and then I would finish and I would be angry. I wasn't peaceful.
Hold on a second. You went into a dark room by yourself.
Of course.
Dimly lit.
Like we did at yoga. Usually in a dim room. You're not in a bright room.
You were wearing your spandex, and then you
No.
finished.
Never wear spandex.
What happened in the middle that you're
don't
leaving
know.
out a part of a
I
story
don't know.
here.
I'm doing the poses. I'm doing my moves.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
you are.
breathing. I'm doing what I got to do. And I'm telling you, it's very relaxing. You think it's foolish looking, but it's relaxing.
You do that lip to sack move.
Yeah, I try.
One day you'll beat the master.
One day all of a sudden, just going to see me roll down a flight of stairs.
What do you think would happen first? Do you think you could levitate or lick your balls first?
I would think lick my balls first.
I think it's got a lot to do with tongue length.
Yeah.
You would really have to work on that guy.
And you have to work on the rib thing or the vertebrae shortening somehow. You got to compress yourself.
Sure, it's just hang by your feet.
Right. If you don't have a horn the size of to your knee,
Right.
you need that something. Right. So I would do the yoga.
Can they stretch that bad boy like that?
No.
No.
No, I wish I could. Just for fun. I mean, not for purpose. You know how you twirl a pen or something when you're bored?
I feel like, all right, say you got whatever you got. Let's call it 7,
All right.
right?
Okay.
And you stretched it out, like you put it,
Like Jim Rose, put the weights on or something? Jim
you
Rose
tied
circus?
it to a doorknob and you slammed that thing to stretch it out.
Like you're getting a tooth
like you're
pulled?
pulling a tooth, and it ended up being 9.
All right.
I'm thinking that extra 2, not so hard.
No, because, I mean,
It's just going to be flippy, like
some
a...
false pretense. It's kind of like chewing gum, I'm sure. Like it loses some viscosity and elasticity. It's just,
Yeah, it's not doing much.
Right. You went past the point of no return. It's kind of like when somebody gets an avocado in their ass. It goes past the
Whoa.
point of no return. Don't you think that's what happens?
I don't know.
Anytime somebody gets something, you know. Every time something gets stuck up somebody's ass, I'm sure the asshole says, "You don't want to do this," and then the point of no return comes, and it goes. Now you can't leave.
See, but that's the asshole's a liar.
They all are.
Because it says you can't do this, but then somehow magically sucks that bad boy up, no matter what it is.
That's what I'm
a
saying.
fucking Tinker toy, or a remote control car,
Tinker toy.
or a TV remote, or whatever it is.
Right.
You know, some kind of wine glass or whatever it is. Master lock.
I'll always remember talking to this doctor who did that for a living, but took out things from people. He was like an endoscopy doctor.
Okay.
Kid swallows a nickel, goes down there and gets the nickel.
Okay.
He had somebody.
The fisherman.
Yeah, he had.
All right.
Without magnets though. With
Okay.
a pole. With a clamp. Well, anyway, some young lady came to his office and she lost her toy. That's the point of no return.
Okay.
And so he said he put it up on the, and this is him talking, so who knows if it's true. He said he put it on the X-ray.
I would say it was a Mr. Potato Head.
No, it was, it was like Dancing Pickle.
Okay.
I'm sure that's the best way to put it. And he put the...
That's her Indian name?
Yeah. Dances with Pickle. Vibrating Pickle. He put the thing on the X-ray chart. Looked right at her. He said he looked right at her and said, "I can either take this thing out today or we can change the batteries."
Wait a minute.
So he put the X-ray up to show her.
Sure, yeah, I got that.
And he just said to her, "I have 2 choices. We can take it out or we can change the batteries." He said she wasn't happy with the joke.
Yeah, she didn't like it.
Yeah, he figured she was.
I thought maybe if he put the batteries in it, it would have a reverse mode and it wouldn't work its way out.
He was working up the amperage to get
Yeah.
to undrill like a screw gun.
Sure.
Well, I guess he figured she was in a good mood since that thing was still bouncing around in her.
Were her eyes rolled in the back of her
I
head?
don't know. We didn't get that far. Too busy laughing at the joke.
Nice.
But how did we get
I
there?
saw a video of a woman getting her asshole tattooed.
Ow.
Yeah, but she was kind of loving it, actually.
That's weird.
she was like yelling like, "Fuck my ass" and stuff like that. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
What was she getting tattooed on it? Tribal?
Irrelevant.
Well,
Irrelevant.
Yeah, but people always say they get tattoos because it means something to them. What does that mean there?
Who knows?
Or is it just you're at your final form, like, I got to get this tattooed?
Maybe it was just a green circle around it.
Or red and
to
yellow.
signify go.
Red and yellow and orange.
Yeah.
See how close you can get to the bullseye?
Just go. Like a traffic light.
I mean, like, people get their eyes tattooed and their eyelid. I mean, like, their lips. That's fun. I get the arms and the shoulders, legs. Everybody's got tattoos everywhere, but the eyeballs, why?
Got any?
No.
Me either.
Steel.
None.
You can't tattoo steel.
No.
I never felt the want for one, and I always felt, I'm over 40. Why am I getting my first tattoo ever? You know what I mean? Like, tattoos were dangerous when we were kids, right? Saw someone with tattoos usually meant they were up to no good.
I did some tattoos when I was a kid.
On people?
Like 12. Yeah.
Did you make a tattoo gun?
No, we would tie 3 or 4 needles together with yarn. Just dip, dot by dot.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that must have...
It was fucking, they were garbage.
It must have went away, though.
Crosses that were like,
Must have went away, though, right?
no.
They stayed?
Yeah.
You got those
I
needles?
mean, I don't know. I don't speak to these people anymore, but.
There's probably a good reason for that. When you get your 12-year-old friend banging tattoos on you with needles.
Hey, they asked.
I just, like, like I said, but
It wasn't my idea. There's none on me, so.
Think about when you were 12 and you seen a guy with tattoos. He wasn't.
What was different when we
wasn't
were
making you
up,
risotto.
Right? When we were, when we were growing up, tattoos were reserved for freak shows, sailors, convicts, bikers,
some of those,
like real bikers,
right?
Gang members, not bikers, gang members.
Right. Well, Hells Angels guys and stuff, they had the arm tattoo.
Those are gang members.
Yeah, all right. Oh, you mean like the solo biker? Like
I mean, like
motorcycle club
like
guys.
the local fucking.
I got you.
Whatever.
I got you. I don't associate them as gangs. Those are
Joey's Bandits or
always,
something,
I
and
always,
they're rolling down the road.
I don't see the MS-13 doing
They
toys for
do
tots.
the dress up on the weekends, and they do the little runs out to Pennsylvania to New Hope.
I mean, but I've seen like the pagans do toys for tots. I don't see MS-13 doing toys for tots.
Well,
that's why one's a gang and one's a motorcycle club.
You give them time to assimilate.
Maybe.
That's it.
When you get done chopping heads off or whatever you're doing.
Look, man, they got a busy schedule.
Right. Point being,
there's only so much you can do in a day.
Right. Point being, though, everybody's got tattoos now, so it's like, wait, right? There's hard pressed to find somebody who doesn't have a tattoo.
Except for the two of us right here, right now.
Right. We're small. We're a minority.
Love it. Love it. I don't want to be associated with any of those fucks.
And there's a lot of...
Because way back when, I had my face pierced like in 94.
Right.
Which was way before the majority of people were doing it.
Mm-hmm. You had to...
Yeah.
I had
the fucking mama.
Yeah.
Mama. and then everybody started doing it, and then I was in Europe, and I was washing my hair under a just like a
pump.
Like a well.
A well pump, right?
Yeah, like a well pump.
Mm-hmm.
And when I flipped my hair back, it grabbed it, and it must have been loose, and I heard it go clink on the railroad tracks behind me, and that was it. It was gone. And then it just never got it redone.
Right.
And then everybody started doing everything. And I was like, ugh.
It got quick.
Yeah.
It went quick. Nose.
Yeah.
Lips, ear, eye, everything. Right? I think everybody had these, couple of these.
So much shit.
You did?
Back then. Yeah.
My mom could never
working at St. Johnsbury and with all those fucking mamalukes.
Do we have to
want to be tough guys?
St. Johnsbury?
Yeah.
That?
Yeah.
Get out of there. Lips, assholes, and elbows in that trailer.
Yeah.
My mom never got past it, like interviewing people, trying to explain to her, when she was still working and nurses would come in and she'd see the tattoo. She's like, I'm like, Mom, it's just the way people are now.
Yeah.
Because she's like, it's like, you're a professional. You should be. Like, I don't think the person's any less professional. It's just who they are now.
Right.
It's not there's no stigma to it, I'm sure tattoo guys must make a lot of money because you have a whole
Right.
wave.
It's different if you got a cock and balls tattooed on your cheek.
Right. Well, you're going to make some friends.
Well,
Yeah. You're just going to have people measuring up.
it's great advertising.
Measuring up. Like,
Yeah.
This space for rent.
As opposed to, like some aquarium scene on your...
Aquarium scene.
It's like a bunch of a shark and a squid and a couple of halibut.
Maybe they work at
around in the sea.
Maybe they work at the aquarium and they're proud of their job.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. It's totally different.
Right.
Right.
And I'm sure there's a lot of overlap. Like, I'm sure a lot of people have the same tattoo. Not everybody has an original.
You saying there's dicks floating in the aquarium?
I'm sure there's a bunch
that kind of overlap?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Perfect. You nailed it. Anyway, I was going to say...
Somebody had to.
You get a cluster of stars on your chest. I'm sure somebody's got a cluster of stars that are similar. Obviously, the artist might be different because it's a different interpretation of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, you see all those, like, I personally call them Barbie tattoos. They get the little tiny tattoo on their wrist or an arrow or something. It's like you got that from the kit. You didn't. Nice.
That's what I say.
All right. Well, don't get tattoos, kids. Be like us. I would doubt anybody says no to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, you want to be on my podcast?
Right.
No, I don't think so, Joe. Just skip that if you don't mind.
Yeah, I wonder how many. I'm sure some people, like politicians, they say no. But I mean, I would think any mid-level comedian, actor, book writer, anybody with some success is going to jump. They're going to book the next flight to Texas.
And especially if they have something to promote.
Sure.
I mean,
why not?
It's a gigantic audience. Why wouldn't you?
2 million people are going to accidentally hear you.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
I mean, you figure, what's he do? Like 10 million?
Probably per episode, 10 million downloads.
Insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. That's an insane number.
So even if it's a shitty episode, you'd probably get 2 million.
No matter what. Like even somebody unknown, they'll listen just to see if, Joe had him on. There has to be a reason.
Gives you a little bit of validity.
Yeah. Joe had him on means something.
Right.
I don't know what. And then they listen to it and they're like, it didn't mean much to me. But, hey, he's, that's part of that success. That's part of the new road to success. Because now you see, I've never seen so many commercials.
We're closing in on those Rogan numbers, though.
Yeah, I think we're...
Let me tell you. I think we're, like, at least in the double digits now.
Yeah, I think we're 12 million short. We're getting there. We're a little engine that good.
There you go.
Maybe if we get an archery range in here. Or a bowling alley or something.
If we could do archery in this little ass room, that would be something
How about down the hallway? Shoot through the doorway.
Depends. Can we have a moving target?
I'm sure we could find some willing participant.
All right. If we had bows and arrows that maybe were not razor tipped.
Okay. Like blunt?
Like blunt.
It would hit you and hurt.
Yeah. And I could get my kids shirts with targets on them.
Okay.
And we could just peg them.
Think they'd run?
Fuck yeah. They're not stupid kids.
Well,
Guy got on the honor roll. He knows to run.
Zigzag. That's the issue. Does he know to zigzag?
Serpentine.
Yeah.
Serpentine.
That's right. Matt, wow. I mean, that's something we got to look for. Hey, kids, we're going to try something new today.
Yeah.
You're like, here's your new shirts. 10. What? 9. Start fastening the bow. 8. Oh, Jesus Christ. No. Can't leave the yard.
Don't go out in the street. Look both ways.
It'd be interesting if how fast Dyfus would stop by.
They've been.
Have they?
Oh.
Good boy. But not for
Not for my family.
Oh, for the other side. When it was weird in here. For lack of better terms.
When someone else was living here.
They stopped by? They interview you?
Of course, I live here. It's my house.
I know, but were they listing you as part of the cause for Dyfus to have to be
Oh,
here?
of course. Of course.
You didn't do nothing with them, did you?
Fucking.
Just an idiot. People are idiots.
You know how that shit works.
Yeah, they're idiots.
Gotta slander, bro. That's how.
Slander.
If you slander, then the court finds favor for you.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
It's so weird.
Well, that's how they think it works.
It doesn't really.
And that's
though.
what the attorneys push them into.
Right. So it's all. It's like knowingly lying. Like, will the attorney say, "Listen, you're lying. Stop." Or no?
No, hell no.
So go ahead.
Because it creates a war, and that means more
Checks.
letters writing and
checks
longer,
are in.
more problems. Yeah,
Right. Even
drags
if
it out longer. Sure,
even if it's flimsy, like even if
but they
it's,
don't care. Dude.
Exactly.
They don't care.
You know what? It's funny because it ties into what I was just going to bring up was that how bad is it? Are conspiracies or the ideas are getting so bad from the government that they think nobody knows? Like, I was watching that thing where they said the incompetence of a Russian pilot knocked down one of our drones.
Okay.
But they showed the footage, and they showed this pilot dousing our drone with fuel, jet fuel,
Okay.
to probably knock it down, and then hit it with its wing to knock it down. And the government is saying,
Doesn't sound like incompetence to me.
no, according to the government, these Russian pilots are terrible. It was all a mistake. You watch the video, you're like, do you really think everybody believes that? Like you know how like we had a conspiracy theory where JFK was murdered by our government, right? And that thing's going on 100 years. So this is how we come up with
Maybe 200.
Wait, this is how you come up with the Earth is 2 billion years old. And I go, I don't know, it's 100 years since the Kennedy thing.
Go ahead.
Rashina. So fancy.
So
right.
you said Kennedy,
Right. Have that
200 years.
That conspiracy has been rocking for 200 years. Right? It's like, is it real? Is it not real? Do we have evidence? Do we not have evidence? Now they come up with stuff, and people are like, right there, second one down, BBC. Either one of those, actually. But it's like, see, there's our drone, and that's the Russian plane shooting fuel at us.
I'm watching this whole video.
Okay, enjoy. First pass, look.
Hold on, is there sound?
I'm
No?
not sure.
You know, BBC should really rename
Yeah,
itself.
they got to think about what they.
Yeah, they should. They need to like get with the times and figure out what they're promoting here.
Yeah, maybe somebody should grab the Urban Dictionary real quick and
Yeah.
see what that means. So, yeah, what? So he's flying, right? Look, he's doing this thing.
Oh yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
This is the first one.
Fuel dumped.
Right. So he's going right over the drone to,
Camera affected.
right, making it odd.
Sounds smart.
Right. That doesn't look incompetent.
Not at all. Oh, something vibrated.
Ooh.
My finger got hard.
You can start lactating, are you?
Second pass.
Okay. Plane coming in,
And
drops the
fucking-
fuel, and then hits it. That's not incompetence.
No, he made 2 passes. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Exactly. He knew. So what? He hit it. He hit it because he was trying to knock it down. He was hoping he was just going to knock it down with the fuel.
Yeah, 100%.
But the fact of the matter is like our government saying it was just a mistake. They're terrible. No, they like everything that happens. It's like these new conspiracies are garbage. It's like they don't realize. Is it that they don't realize how much evidence is available quicker?
Did you ever see the?
Is it that they think people are stupid?
Did you ever see the show Chernobyl?
No, I haven't seen it yet. Tell us about it.
It's cool. It's like 6 episodes. It was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Based on the actual Chernobyl.
Yeah, it's events leading up to it and how the people inside the plant handled it and the whole government.
Russian government, right?
Yeah. Trying to keep it under wraps so the press, worldwide press wouldn't get it. And then how they tried to problem solve to fix it and all this stuff.
Right.
but you can see it's if it's to be believed.
Right.
It's all saving face, lies, cover-ups. And there were only a couple scientists who were willing to, buck the system,
right,
and call them out for what they were.
Sure.
Right. And I think that's probably everywhere.
But is it because
and I don't get it. I don't understand why.
Right.
I don't think that people like to be lied to, and I don't think people need the rosy picture.
No.
Right? Like if Biden said, we struck a village in whatever country we're having a problem with,
right,
and we ended up killing 100 extra people, I'd be like, fuck them.
Well, you'd be like,
I would.
Right.
I would, 100%. I'd be like,
casualty of war.
Well, I mean,
Right. No one said they were sorry.
That's who we're fighting against, and we should win.
Right.
Because I don't want to be on a losing side.
No.
I don't get that. I don't get the whole dismantle the military and
the police.
give up the budget and
I
the
don't
police
get any of that.
and then what? And we just become
whatever
targets. We become fucking.
So when your neighbor gets robbed, you go, well,
robbed is the worst.
Whatever.
I mean, the least.
You're right. Murdered.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, is it because the people in charge are stupid, or do they believe people are stupid? Because I think
it's both. Now I've heard it said that people believe that politicians act this way because a lot of them are older folks.
Okay.
And they don't understand how the internet works and how much information is spread immediately.
Right.
And how many people it reaches.
For every camera, there's probably 20 they don't see, kind of thing.
Well, just like if you said, no, we didn't allot for $20 million to go to
wherever
this fund. Well, so many records are digital and online now that
it's right there.
Somebody could find it immediately.
Right. And
right
back to an older thing, somebody wants those good boy points. Look, they're lying. Right. And it's not a bad thing.
Right.
It's not bad. I mean,
nothing wrong with whistleblowers. No.
Nothing wrong with a lot of blowers, but whistleblowers especially. But it's like that whole thing is on you, and you release the footage. You know what I mean? And you're still going to say, "Oh, that's because they're stupid. They're not good at what they're doing." You know that you're the government. You released that video. You know what I mean? You just released the video, and people can see it, and they're going to make their own decision based on what they see. They're not going to believe what you say.
If I had been shown that video, right?
Mm-hmm. And somebody said to you, "Watch this video. Look how terrible this pilot is."
I would say, we need to up our drone game.
Right.
Right? Because that's the real problem is that the drones can't maneuver out of the way of the jet to dump fuel on it and then smash it with its wing.
Right.
So I guess it's technically not an act of war because it wasn't shot down.
Right.
It's raining.
Yeah. Right, but more...
Is it though? It doesn't look like it is from here.
It just sounds like it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get wet as fuck when you leave.
Oops. Well, it's like, but if somebody said to you,
as they do, as they're wont to do,
talking on toilet shim sham. He says to you, "Listen, look how terrible this pilot is. This guy didn't want to knock down our drone. He's just a stupid pilot." And then you watch the video, and go, "What are you talking about? He
did some fancy shit.
He tried to knock it down. Was it
he basically
non-evasive?
He basically did what? Oh fuck! What's the guy's name? The guy that sings Yellow. Yeah, we're all yellow. The fucking what the Dave Matthews Band.
The way you
what
did
the
it
Dave Matthews Band
murmur.
did with their piss out of the bus.
Oh yeah. But they're not yellow. They don't sing Yellow.
That's Yellow. Yeah.
But that's not Dave Matthews.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Who's Yellow?
It's Coldplay or one of those bands.
No, that's somebody else.
Dave Matthews. But the way you sang it was like Mammoth.
Well, that's what it sounds like to me.
Olsen?
Sounds like dog shit.
Wikipedia.
You know, because they have the real facts.
The truth. The truth. Yellow long ball. What's going on there? Coldplay.
All right.
Eat it. Take that, you stupid scroll carrying motherfucker.
Whatever.
Anyway, but trust me, Coldplay, Dave Matthews Band, garbage. It's all garbage.
Similar
Anyway,
garbage.
yeah, it's the same toilet.
Yeah.
It's the same garbage bin.
2 turds.
Right.
One's a little darker than the other.
2 turds, same pile of crap.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody had extra spinach that week.
I kind of like the Mammy version better. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is that the government doesn't understand that their cover-ups don't work. So just say the truth and be hated for the truth. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing.
But here's the thing. It's not a bad thing to recognize that the enemy, so to speak, has some skills.
Right. He's
because then it promotes everybody to fucking amp it up.
Right. It doesn't show us.
If you talk to everybody like they're stupid and say, these guys suck, and then the guy does some fancy shit like he did, dumping the fuel and then tipping this thing with a wing.
Right.
Those jets are flying by at a ridiculous pace.
Sure.
Right? It's not like
200 mile,
5 mile an hour drive by.
Miles an hour, whatever they are, yeah.
How big is a drone? This?
No, they're pretty big. Those things, they're like...
like a torpedo? I don't know.
Yeah, probably like a torpedo, like a car.
Okay.
Let's say it's a Buick.
But it's still a wing.
Yes.
You're hitting with a wing.
500 miles an hour.
So at some point you have to hit it at the right spot to tag it with the wing.
At 500
and
miles
not
an hour.
fuck you up.
Right.
Not fuck up your wing so you don't go plummeting to the ground.
Exactly.
Right. So the guy did both of those things.
Right.
Why not acknowledge that they have talent and be like, if we're gonna combat these people, we have to step up our game.
These people.
Whoever they are. Because it's going to change every week,
right?
Depending on what the news cycle
is.
Yeah,
but I just can't stand the fact that the government thinks that people are stupid, and there are stupid people, and they're going to believe, oh yeah, the government.
Yeah, and they're probably the majority too. That's why they do it,
right?
Because they know the minority can't really do much,
right? It just like with the banks, all this crap that the banks are going through, and they're going to bail some out and not, it's
yeah.
You have people in power to regulate this the whole time. You know what I mean? Nobody's obviously you can't juggle all the balls, so they get by, right? Like the thing they just raised interest rates again, but meanwhile you listen to the lady at the podium.
What happened with that bank that it closed? So
there was a run on their people took their money out of it.
Yeah, but before that, like it got screwed up before that because it was like let me see if I can remember. I have too many drinks in now at this point. So they had, when a bank gets your money, they immediately invested in other stuff.
Right.
And because it was during COVID, the typical things that they would invest in were not available to them.
Sure.
So they bought assets, which are like...
They bought things that are a little more volatile.
Things.
Yeah, they bought volatility.
They bought things.
Right.
Like whatever, houses, cars, things that have an actual
value
instead of stocks.
Sure.
Right. So as we came out of it, the price of assets crashed, and so they lost a lot of money, and that's why the banks are going out of business
because they're not recouping.
Right. So the government is giving them money. Say they lost $1 billion.
But I think they only. But they only, from what I read on the one, you can get back. Only half of their money, or 80% of their money, was insured. So 20% of that $1 billion is screwed.
Here's why. Because they bought the assets, right?
Right.
So when the price of the assets drops, if they lose $1 billion and the government decides to hand them $1 billion,
right,
the government has now bought assets which are not worth $1 billion because the price dropped.
Right.
So they're like fuck you, tax-paying people. We're gonna buy dog shit just to save these assholes because they have some money that we may
Probably the most colorful way to describe that.
maybe get something out of it later. I don't know.
Maybe.
Why would you do that? Why would you give somebody $1 billion to get $700 million in return?
Because probably $100 million of that went to politicians, went to PACs.
Wait, you're talking about graft? Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Little
there's
payola?
There's plenty of that.
We
A little bit on the cup.
we were sliding some envelopes
Yeah,
across
of
the
course.
table here.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. And then the problem was that they also tried to spin it that it wasn't.
And they're buying it with our money.
Right, and
Right? So they're buying shitty investments with our money.
I want to go see our investments.
Investments that have they're lost before they even purchase them.
Sure.
They're losing.
But I mean, it's like people, and they're trying to say, "Oh, this Twitter didn't cause." Yes, it did, because there was a storm. Hey, I took my money out of the bank. I saw A, B, and C happen, and then so starts the run. You know what I mean? They bank run. Everybody takes their money out.
Same thing happens in the stock market too.
Right. It only takes one word,
Right.
and it
They
starts
then
to
they
roll downhill.
all they're all chickens without heads.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sky is falling.
happens all the time.
But that's the biggest problem. It's like, well,
And if you don't get out immediately,
yep.
then you just have to wait for the bottom
Mm-hmm.
and wait for it to bounce back,
And then
which is like years.
And they did a lot of.
typically.
I think they did a lot. That one bank did a lot of investing with venture capital and tech, and
Right.
now you don't have the money to supply tech with their money,
Right.
and that becomes a thing. It's a weird thing.
It's a
Like
thing.
it's this weird, delicate string that's holding everything together. It's like it breaks. It's breaking slowly but surely. Look, they laid off thousands of people in tech.
Yeah,
But-
there's got to be a way to reel them in so they can't just do willy-nilly bullshit.
Well, that would require bipartisan non-favoritism. All those silly things.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I live
Yeah.
in a dream world.
That's where the fantasy.
I always have.
Maybe it works good in Disney World.
I think that this
Rosie.
podcast will one day make money.
Yeah. See?
So there you go.
That's what I like to hear. According to the numbers, we need, I don't know, 13, 14,000 more people. And we'll start really seeing the change come in.
Should we go back? Wait. Can we go back to ASMR?
ASMR. ASMR.
ASMR?
So, yeah. So, I mean, if everybody wasn't on the take, then, yeah, those things. I mean, there had to be a time where it wasn't as bad, and now it's worse. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's worse. The take, you know.
No, what I think it is that we can figure it out now.
Quicker. A lot quicker.
No, just
Yeah.
figure it out. Like back in the day, they could bury anything, and how are you going to get the information?
People believe it.
Unless somebody actually showed you the piece of paper that it was written on,
People believe the government was to help them.
because they had no way to
Refute that.
oh, look at that with your fancy words.
Man.
I was looking for the other thing, but that's okay.
Word of the
It's
day
good.
calendars. That shit still works.
Refute?
That
Was that today's?
No, it was February 23rd.
Oh,
I kept
very
it.
very
Kept it.
nice.
I kept it in there just in
So
case.
it's a month anniversary for that word.
Month anniversary.
Very nice.
So, I mean, I don't know. That's where, you know, this whole thing is somebody's going to have to break this cycle, right? It's like a cycle of abuse. Somebody's got to, I don't know how you break it. Probably can't. Unless it crumbles like Rome, right? Unless it burns like Rome. I don't know how it resets.
I don't know, man. I don't know, and I think about that all the time because I'm not a person who likes to listen to problems. I like to hear people offer solutions, right?
Exactly.
So if you're going to bitch to me about something, you better have an option to fix it. Otherwise, don't waste my fucking time. Don't just ruin my day.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Don't
Right.
just fucking be like, hey, man, here's some dog shit in your face,
Well, misery loves company.
but I don't have a towel to wipe
Yeah.
it off.
Look,
Don't just, yeah,
well, it's like when somebody drinks something, they're like, oh, try this.
yes.
It's like, why?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want any of that shit.
Yeah, right.
But that's how everybody is because nobody really fucking thinks things through or,
They need to.
well, maybe they need to shut their face and
Right.
wait until somebody has an actual solution for it.
Right. That small number of people that are on that side of the wall don't look over and go, man, these people are, we're messing all these people out, all the low-lying people out there up. We're messing them all up. They don't care. They turn their back and go back to their business. It's like, it's amazing. It's like, we need some help, and we're
Yeah.
Like I said, I did all my taxes. Every single thing that I buy went up 50%, 75%, some stuff.
Right.
From paper to shipping. Every single thing's up. I mean, and nobody's, you know what I mean? So you're going to stop student loans. You're going to stop bank handouts. How about help everybody else who fought through the pandemic? You know what I mean? They gave us, I don't know, I guess on some.
I'm not necessarily against student loans.
Well, I mean, fix it.
It's a step,
No.
right? But how much is it really going to help?
Well, I mean,
Can that be applied somewhere else that would be better?
how about a stipulation with the student loan?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, okay, you got your degree in, I don't know what you got your degree in. You got your degree in marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Something simple. What are you doing? Well, I groom dogs. No.
Right.
Show me you're in marketing. Show me that degree wasn't just because you wanted to go live
Gotcha.
the college experience
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, you weren't just smoking dope and cocks.
We'd run to
Right.
probably more cocks.
Hey,
Yeah, do a one-trip.
got to get your A's somehow.
That's right. Payola. It's all payola.
Hey, I'm not against it.
You don't got the money, you got a mouth.
No money, the mouth.
That's right. It's one way.
Money or mouth is a great.
That's the next shirt.
That's a great fucking thing. It's almost like a would you rather. Money or mouth.
It's like, when you're a little kid, what would you rather do?
Yeah.
Would you rather, or like you're in the room, you have to suck somebody's dick, and you're like, no, yeah, come on. No one's gonna think any different of you. And then as soon as he says a name, you big guy.
Yeah,
Hey.
of course.
Now it's okay to say,
Yeah,
that's all nice, but
so different.
it's a different time.
So different.
So different. But yeah, so that to me, you want to take money off your bill, like plenty of GI bills, right? They would pay for your college. Just got to join the army for 4 years, whatever it was.
Right.
So it's worth it, right? Get your bachelor's degree for free.
That was the deal they signed into, right?
Right, especially when you were in the mid 80s or the mid 90s when there was no war.
Yeah.
You sat in Germany for 3 years and buffed bombs
Sure.
or whatever you did.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
All that good shit.
Right. I'm sure, like I said, you're over in the
Castle
base,
Neuschwanstein.
swept up a little around the base.
Sure.
Maybe picked up a couple shells, whatever you had to do. But for 4 years, it was probably light duty compared to having to get to a foxhole and get shot at, which
Yeah.
that's the roll of the dice, though.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
sure.
But, hey, in that 4 years, they paid for your college.
But you gave something to get something.
Right. That's how it should be. Not,
It's basic. You worked.
right.
You didn't get an hourly. Well,
You got
they
something,
get
right?
paycheck,
Yeah.
but it's part of the benefits package.
Right.
Sure.
So that's what they need to do. So, yeah, if you did get your degree in veterinarian, go be a veterinarian. Don't tell me you're just, working a quick check.
Right.
Do the thing that you want to get the money for. I mean, you see all that. Like I said, a lot of people are getting laid off of tech. I don't know if any of those were all those people degreed in computer science and technology. It seems like a lot of those jobs were just fluff.
I think there's a lot of fluff everywhere.
Yeah, the fat's getting trimmed. Sure. Slowly. When you lay off 9,000 people at a clip, you're trimming something.
It depends.
You're appeasing shareholders.
I don't know, man.
Are they turning a profit? All the hacking that Elon Musk did to Twitter, is it helping them? I don't know. I mean, I don't follow Twitter's financials, so who knows?
I don't think he really cares.
He doesn't. No.
It wasn't really about that. It was a statement as far as,
Free speech.
you can't, it's a free speech thing.
Right.
So
That's probably the ultimate.
I don't think it will go under,
No.
but it may not be as profitable as selling shares and all that good shit.
Right. And it may be, and it's not as fruitful for people who had that platform, right? Because if nobody cares anymore, they kicked your Apple box out from under you. You're not shouting at everybody. People would use Twitter for their news, or they'd make some prolific statement.
Well, if it weeds out the a-holes, then I don't see why it would be a problem.
I don't either.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't have to not everything has to be sensationalized in order to be worth paying
Something.
attention to.
Right.
Because the reason why I never really did it was because it was such a fucking train wreck of an app. Right?
Yeah. I know.
Like everything was just fights and arguments,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, fuck those people. Get rid of all of them.
Right. Do I need a whole app of negativity?
No.
No.
Hell no. Oh, well.
I stole them.
If that's what you have to say.
My mother-in-law used to say, if your sneakers squeak, you stole them.
That's right.
But there was actually a thing, I want to talk about conspiracy theories. There's I saw a trailer yesterday where, of all bands, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and how they were blackmailed by the government to play Russia.
What?
Yeah, of all bands, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I was watching the trailer. It was on YouTube. If you get a chance, Where Are They Now? Blood, Sweat, and Tears, something of that. Just like a Blood, Sweat, and Tears trailer. Their big song, Spinning Wheel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they were asked by the government to play overseas in Russia, and then it got weird because of all the military, because it was a communist nation at that time. Was that late 70s, early 80s? I
Okay.
mean, and I get what I'm gathering from this little 2-minute trailer is that the government maybe was trying to sneak roadies in with them or something to get, spies over there.
Okay.
I don't know. But it was a trailer. Wow. What a mess that type was, but you got there. What the hell happened to Blood, Sweat, and Tears? Look at it. Enjoy it.
That's what it's called?
Yeah. What the hell happened to Blood, Sweat, and Tears? Yep, that's the name of it.
Okay.
And they were doing shows over there. The footage was great because they filmed it so it looks like the old, like that one where James Brown played over in Africa.
Oh, yeah, during the in Zaire?
Yeah, it looked like that. It looks great. I like that footage, that old stock footage. I love it. But yeah, very odd that that was a conspiracy. I mean, I don't know if it's revisionist history. Who knows? But it's pretty interesting. But yeah, so we're full of conspiracy. So what you should do is put your head down, right? Go to the Heart Attack Grill, get fat, enjoy it. No?
You got to get fat first.
Oh yeah, good. Cost effective.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, or they do the diminishing returns. You keep going,
But it's gonna cost you a lot of cash to get there to 400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not really, because if you buy the shitty food that they sell you, because God forbid they make peaches 80 cents, but they sell frozen pizza for $1, 3 for $1. You know what I mean? It's just load up on that shit.
Yeah, you really got to be a slug
Yeah.
to get to 400, right?
You got to do nothing.
Right.
And you just got to eat. You probably got to eat from the moment you get up to the moment you go to bed every day. Snacking.
No movement.
Very minimal, right? Maybe
Right.
to
You
the
got to.
bathroom.
It's all delivery service,
Mm-hmm.
and they hand it to you in the couch with the bib.
Just
Probably never take the
like
bib off,
was it
right?
like a foie gras where they put the pipe in. Just feed you. Just feed you.
Motel hell?
Yeah. No preservatives.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, but that was for Slim Jims. That was a good cause. Wow. No wonder why you still got. How do you still have a job if you type it like that?
Look, it came up, didn't
I
it?
know it did. That's more frightening. There's the heads.
So good. Love it.
No preservatives.
Such a great movie. I might have to watch that.
Oh my God, that was old school.
Yeah.
But don't believe the government. Eat burgers.
Get fat, go to Vegas,
Yep.
get free food, go to one of those rooftop bars,
But wait a minute. We got to go back real quick.
bang
though.
some stripper.
I never finished the story, though. We got sidetracked, of course. But the story was when you left the Heart Attack Grill and you walked into Vegas, and there's no more fanfare, no more bright lights of Fremont Street. It got darker and darker, and we're like, this guy set us up to be murdered.
Right.
2 blocks, 3 blocks, I think we were like 7 blocks into Vegas. All of a sudden, there's a praying mantis breathing fire. A metal praying mantis breathing fire. We're like, I guess this is the place. And it was called Container Park. Best time. You went into the gates, no kids because it was after hours.
Mm-hmm.
All the containers are like stores, like shipping containers, stacked up and stuff.
Container Park.
Yeah. And then a lot of them are bars and restaurants, eateries. Restaurants a stretch. And you get your drink, go wherever you want in the park.
Cool.
At the end of the park was a band. I might see if I still have a clip of the band. Bass player was wearing the flea pants with all the stuffed animals. They were like they called themselves an MTV
Panic
band.
at the Disco.
No, they were called like they called themselves like an 80s and 90s MTV band. Like the singer was dressed as Devo. The girl in the band was dressed like B-52s. Bass player had the pants like Flea with all the stuffed animals on it.
Sure.
So it was that kind of vibe. They were fantastic, fun, but the guy was right. Off the strip, something fun to do.
Cool.
So you don't have to go to the corporate side. Find the good stuff.
You found it.
Ask the taxi guy if he speaks English.
So what are we doing there?
I don't know.
We were going to go see Tosh there, right?
Tosh was there, right?
And then
Segura's gonna
he
be
stopped
there?
his run there.
I think Segura's
Maybe
there.
Segura's going to be there.
Mm-hmm. We should see
I
somebody
can't
there.
pay no $200 for a fucking comedy show, though.
That's
Sorry.
tough. That's a lot of money.
I mean, sorry, Bill Burr.
Yeah, that was expensive.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be in the last row for the cheap seats, just do it at home. Wait for it to come out of
Yeah, I watched it on TV.
Exactly.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, they got to work on their pricing, this dynamic thing. A good friend who I love the man dearly, but he told me him and his family dropped, I want to say $1,200 on tickets for Springsteen at Giant Stadium.
How many tickets?
4. That's like $300 each. They want to do it.
Is there any way you could turn the sound down so it doesn't record what I'm about to say?
Well, you'll say it, I'll take it out. I forgot how to take out sections. Heyo! All right.
$300 bullshit,
In a football stadium.
which is going to sound like shit.
Right.
Yeah, because there's no roof. The
Right.
sound's just going to go out. It's not even going to
Right.
bounce around. It's going to sound like shit.
Right.
It's going to sound terrible.
I got
And you're going to pay $300. That's why, a similar way is why I don't like to go see comedy at arenas, because it's too big.
Yeah.
There's only one dude,
Yep.
and they're not, when they do comedy in an arena, it's typically not the entire arena like it is
Yeah, they cut it in half, right?
for a show, right? They have the stage and they curtain that part off, and then it's the rest. So if it's an 18,000 seater, maybe they sell 11,000 tickets.
Sure.
So there's not enough bodies to suck up all the sound bouncing around.
Oh my God.
So it's just ding, 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 and there's echoes all over the place, and there's no way they could tame it. The last time I saw Bill Burr was at the Garden, and he's funny as fuck, but I was lucky enough to be like 7 rows away from him,
Oh, okay.
right? So
Wow.
it wasn't a problem
Right.
for me. Still a problem though,
Right.
not entirely perfect, not like being in a club, right?
Sure.
But not so bad. I couldn't imagine being in the other seats.
Right.
I mean, first of all, you can't see the guy.
Right.
You got to watch it up on the screen. So if you're already watching it on the screen, why are you going to see it live?
Right.
Sit in your house.
So maybe there's.
I mean, I understand that the experience adds another level to it.
Sure.
Right.
Right.
But at that point, if your live experience is getting hampered by the sound bouncing around and sound like shit,
Mm-hmm.
then you're at par.
Right. I wonder if the laugh, like, you've already laughed at the joke before the guys at the back of the arena laughed at the joke. You know what I mean? Because of the wave.
Because of the sound.
Yeah, like a sound wave goes back there. It's not
Yeah,
instant.
I think that definitely happens.
So here's a chance for $1 million talking on toilets idea. We implement for
1 million.
1 billion.
$1 million.
Right. So if anybody takes this, it's on tape. We got it today.
By the way, I bought tinytains.com
Did you?
last night. Yeah.
Feeling inadequate? Yeah, people making an open
No,
blog.
man, this is my philanthropical.
Maybe it's just an open blog where people can lament.
This is my effort to save humanity.
Right. Well, These people can't
One
save.
print at a time.
But these guys can't save humanity if they have tiny taints.
Who gives a shit about that? Well, they're done, right?
But you open
This
a
is
blog
about,
section. You
it's
open
about
a
the future, bro.
you open a venting section where people can write, listen, I have a tiny taint. I've been there. I know what it's like.
Okay, like a virtual hug station.
Yeah, like it's tell your truth. Speak your truth about your taint.
H-log.
Yeah. No, but here's an idea then. All right, you want to go to the concert. You're far away, and you're watching Bill Burr. You can't hear him because maybe they install some kind of Bluetooth system where you can Bluetooth into your section.
Okay.
You put your headphones in. You can hear it better.
Ah, that's not bad.
And then you're laughing in time.
Like one of those things they give you when you walk around a museum.
Right.
When they have the big exhibit, they give you the microphone and the headset,
So, yeah.
and you walk around with that bad boy.
Right. So
And,
maybe that's the thing.
All right.
I mean, not for a rock concert, because rock concert's loud, but for that, spoken word,
Yeah.
everybody's in sync then. Everybody's laughing at the same time.
Right.
You know, maybe it works. And you didn't want to be home. I mean, essentially you're home. If you're in the last row, you're looking at the screen, get the Bluetooth in, but you got the live experience, so to speak.
Yeah, there's something about being there with other people,
Sure.
rubbing elbows
Or-
with people who are
Or
laughing.
if they can't trust you to sync, then they put like almost like in Disney or these other places, you put speakers in the section. That's money. But you're already paying $200 a ticket. Some of that money, scrape some of that money to improvements.
Depends who's getting scraped. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You might be scraping that ginger. He might not like it.
Scraping like a pap smear.
That ginger motherfucker might not be having that.
Oh, he used to be ginger. He's a shaved head now. Alleged ginger.
No, there's proof. There's proof.
He's got hair.
There's proof. I've seen it.
All right. Well, then, we told everybody what to do about not trusting government.
We should tell everybody what to do.
We do.
They don't know shit.
Maybe that's what we need to start doing. This is going to be a full advice show.
No, I don't want to give advice. I want to tell people what to do.
It's not even advice.
Yes.
Not even a suggestion. This
Just
is what you
fucking do it.
Lay on the yellow line.
Just fucking do it. Maybe that's what we should just change it to the Just Fucking Do It podcast.
Maybe we should do every so many episodes where we get totally obliterated.
Shut the fuck up and just do it. Better for you, better for me, better for all of us.
That's right. And if we lose a few in the process, probably God's will.
You know, when you go fucking truth, shit's gonna happen. People won't be able to handle it. They don't have the backbone for it. They don't have the stomach for it.
Didn't a guy already say that? You can't handle the truth?
Yeah, who was that guy?
Jack Nicholson, didn't he?
Oh, yeah,
A
yeah.
Few Good Men? You
Few
can't
Good
handle
Men.
the truth.
I almost said All the Good Men. I was close.
That's what we live on. Half truths and close, so it's fine.
This crazy fucking neck thing right there. It fucked me up because I've never seen you do that before.
Me either. 'Cause it's
I thought you were pecking corn off the ground.
Beckin' porn?
Yeah, like a chicken.
Porn?
Corn.
Oh.
Bro.
I was like, where's the porn? Beckin'. What's going on around here? All right. So
All right.
Till next time.
Sun's coming out. Rain is over. You're
Good.
not going to get wet. I'm
Aw.
upset.
Yep. Too bad.
Damn it.
We'll see you again.
There's nothing better than seeing your friends be miserable.
That's awesome.
T.O.T.